Alright, everybody, let's have ourselves a chat. I'm John from Rusty Chains, and today our chat is about Payday 2's history. Specifically, the history that never was. The second installment in the Payday trilogy is going to be 10 years old next month. Yikes. Let that one sink in. Anyway, in that decade, there have been literally hundreds of major updates for the game. Some beloved, some less so. But what about the ones that never saw the light of day? Today we're going to go through all the data mines or developer comments that Rusty Chains was able to find and spread the gospel of the cut content from Payday 2. First up is possibly the most famous, the Hollywood Heist. This is an older data mine, so unfortunately it's kind of lost to time. But what we know about it is that it's all the way from back in mid-2014. So we tried really damn hard, but we couldn't really find anything concrete about it. The general gist of it was that it was a mansion in Hollywood owned by a big movie producer and completely full to the brim of props from famous movies. Notably, the DeLorean was among the assets discovered, long before the Hotline Miami crossover. This heist was referred to as Holly in the game files, so if you want to download an older build from around that time, you might be able to dig some stuff up. Speculation on my part here, but if I had to guess, this was probably cancelled due to all the legal ramifications of a heist centered entirely around iconic movie props. We do, however, have one tiny bit of evidence proving that it exists, and was actually probably close to completion. A weapon found in the same patch and due to release at the same time existed in the files. It was simply called Xeno, an obvious reference to xenomorphs from Aliens. The gun was a replica of the M41A rifles that was used by the Colonial Marines in Alien. Notorious modder and data miner from back in the day, Zdan, found the animations for the gun. Take a look. Pretty cool. Speaking of Hollywood, when doing press for Payday 3, Almir mentioned Die Hard and Batman as two crossovers that they want to see happen. So first of all, please do not do a Batman crossover. That doesn't work. There's 1,010 reasons why fighting Batman is the worst thing you could possibly ever put in Payday 3. But the Die Hard crossover, that could work pretty well. A Nakatomi Plaza heist, perhaps? The thing is, Starbreeze realized this a long time ago. All the way back in 2015, in fact, when this old John McClane model leaked. In the files, it was referred to simply as Veteran Cop. Despite the face looking more like John Moxley than John McClane, it's clearly the Die Hard cop. He's got the tank top, the shoulder holster, and the iconic bloody bare feet. Once again, I have to imagine there was a legal hiccup here. A major IP crossover, as well as an actor likeness, means 1,000,000 hurdles to clear. It hasn't happened yet, but apparently Starbreeze don't consider the stairs of Nakatomi Plaza fully unclimbable just yet. Shortly after that, in April 2015, Zdan appeared once again. He and another modder named Walrus leaked a lot of plans for 2015, including the Undercover remake. This leak, however, included something that didn't come to pass as we thought. It seems the original plans for Meltdown, well, melted down. From the leaked heist descriptions in this, Vlad and the Nukes were a late addition. Originally, Gage tried to sneak into the warehouse from Shadow Raid after that heist for unknown purposes. There were conflicting reports as to whether or not the heist would become a rescue mission to get him out, or if it was a revenge job after he already slipped away and went into hiding. As we all know, it was eventually changed to Vlad's Nuclear Boogaloo. I believe this might have to do with Gage's actor being busy during this time, as he was filming his season of Gotham. Starbreeze has since admitted that they were unsure if he would return to Payday during his time filming. Either way, Vlad's nukes were the end result of the heist, for better or for worse. We don't know of anything else that didn't see the light of day for another year or so, until November 2016. Then director Jules was streaming the game, but was accidentally on a development build. He revealed live on stream to the world that some of the shotgun ammo types were planned to come to assault rifles. We moderators got to be part of the playtest for this, and we're probably the reason it was canned, so sorry. We unanimously said, hey, this is busted. Because it was busted. A 30-round mag of HE rounds or armor-piercing rounds just completely negated everything in the game, with only like 4 or 5 rounds. This was at the time when balance hadn't yet been broken beyond repair, and they didn't want this to be the linchpin for it. Jump ahead another year, and it was summer 2017. Time for the theatrical release of Baby Driver, a new action movie from director Edgar Wright. This seemed like a match made in heaven for Payday. Both were fast-paced, high-adrenaline crime stories. Also, weirdly, both featured an arms dealer named the Butcher who smuggled guns with the help of corrupt cops. Now, if I had a nickel for every time that happened in fiction, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened twice. Anyway, people naturally started asking for a crossover. Wright took to Twitter and actually outright said that it was supposed to happen. Then Sony moved up the release date of the film, which meant Starbreeze had no time to finish developing the crossover. Not much more to say here than that, just a bummer that 2 things I like didn't end up getting together. Finally, there was the main inspiration for this video. Elizabeth revealed the original ending for the Payday 2 secret. An additional 2 heists, complete with war with the Nephilim and their god. It reminds me a lot of Zen from Half-Life 1. Personally, I would have loved to play this once and only once. But I am so glad it never came to pass. For the most part, you can ignore the Kataru and supernatural stuff in Payday. This, two whole heists fighting demons, that's a step too far for me, even as somebody who doesn't hate the direction the Payday story took at the end. Alright, I think that should just about wrap it. Just kidding! Amogus! During a recent stream, Almir confirmed they had talked to Innersloth about potentially doing an Among Us collaboration, but Innersloth wasn't really interested, so it fell through pretty quick. Okay, now that's really all the cut content we publicly know about for Payday 2. Thanks for watching! Which would you like to have actually played? Are there any that you're glad hit the cutting room floor? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, don't forget to spread the happy and stay rusty.